Hello viewers, here is a General Electric 900 MHz telephone, and I didn't want to do a full refurb on this because it's really remarkably clean. I mean, there's not even dust in the crevices of this, but we do have to do some button repair because the buttons are not quite as sensitive as they should be. Oddly enough, just in this right row. No, I mean, they're not bad, they're probably usable, but a simple cleaning of the contacts should resolve that problem. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's get this opened up here and see what we can do. Okay, so it looks like it's going to take a fair bit of effort to actually get down to the buttons. And I'm not sure what that junk is that came out. Okay, and is this going to lift right off of here? No, that's not so bad. That's a pretty substantial antenna, actually. Much better than what they put in some of their other phones. I'll leave that out for the moment. What was that? Something just went flying. No, the ringer switch. So, these actually are relatively decent boards, and they actually have cold-plated contacts, which is quite remarkable, considering that Atlink's made telephones overall have a pretty poor reputation. So, this is not too sticky on the inside, but for whatever reason, I can see on the right side of the board it is a little bit dirty, just that right row. So I'm going to go grab another implement and then we're going to get to cleaning. Now, for the sake of time, just because it really isn't that dirty. What in the world? I'm just going to go through here with a couple of cotton swabs and clean it off that way. I don't know what this junk here at the bottom is, but we're going to clean that off as well, because I can't imagine it's supposed to be there. Comes off quite easily. Of course, as soon as I say that, it stops coming off. Oh, that's the bulk of all the junk, so we'll just go back over it one more time with a clean side. Oops, and it's spilled. Oh well, it'll evaporate. Okay, that's as clean as it needs to be to work. So now I will go through here and clean these off as well. And you have to be more careful when you're cleaning this because you can actually clean off the conductive material, and that will of course be completely counterproductive to the repair. So I'm just going to clean these relatively lightly. And you can see that some of the material is coming off, but it won't be enough to cause an issue. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in the battery, and we're going to give this a quick test and make sure all the sensitivity issues have been resolved. If I can even get this to plug in, there we go. Now I see that there are LEDs on the, or at least it looks like there is provisions for LEDs to have a backlit numerics, but I guess there are none on this telephone. I'm pretty content with the way that's working. It seems to be pretty reliable. Alright, we'll go with that. That seems good. So, let's see here. I'll disconnect the battery. There's a little bit of junk on the outside of this thing here, so we'll go ahead and clean that off real quick, just as a preventative measure, and make sure that junk doesn't find its way into the buttons in the future. But largely this thing is relatively clean. Okay, and while this is open, I'll just go ahead and clean off the side here, because actually now that I'm looking at it, there is a little bit of dust in there. but nothing major. So we'll just do this. And that's good enough for me. It's quite clean as it is. And this is pretty clean too, but I'll just go around the side here for good measure. And there is some that sticky stuff, or not sticky, or whatever that brown residue was, is on the side where it was sitting on the contacts. It's also in here. I'm not sure what that stuff is, or at this point what it was. I guess it doesn't really matter. Alright, so the last thing we'll do is clean the charge contacts, because those could use a good cleaning. And the ones on the base, can't really reach them. Oh well. Alright, so that's that. Let's get this put back together now. And where did that little run thing switch go? Oh, I just saw it a few minutes ago. Here it is. Actually, this is a hair grimy. Let's clean this off before we put it back together. Okay, good. Little specks of dust on the screen here. Alright, that'll have to suffice. Not sure where this came from. Oh jeez, I forgot to set in the antenna. Okay. Alright, looks like that's pretty much in place. There is a speck of dust on the screen. I guess that little foam in there is deteriorating. It didn't look like it, but it must be. And since I didn't screw it into place yet, I'll go ahead and try to get that dust off of there. Lost the ring switch. I think it actually took care of it. I can't tell if this has a certain way it's supposed to go in or not. I don't think so. Appears to be relatively symmetrical. We'll just go with that. Okay. There's no specks of dust in the screen. So let's give it another test. This is not sitting down as far as it should be. The buttons are not even coming to the surface. Unless that... Is that stupid ring switching the wrong way? Ah, there we go. It was a doggone ring switch. Okay, that's working satisfactorily. Alright. Let's go ahead and reassemble this. And this front is getting dirty because of all the junk on the table. I guess I should have put a cloth down. Oh well. I don't usually work on stuff in here, so it's not an issue typically. Oh, was that zoomed in too much the whole time? Yeah, probably was. Ugh. What in the world happened to the fourth screw? It was just there. What in the world? Oh, here it is. Okay. And let's see, how does this sit in there? This just sits like that? Oh, that's just lovely. What a lovely design. Good grief. And it's not wanting to sit in place, but it doesn't matter because I forgot to put the other screws in anyways. Oh no, wait, those screws don't go in now. Perhaps I'll try putting this in here first and see if that makes it want to cooperate. Okay. Okay, and now we'll do a test call. Whoa, jeez. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The telephone is working. Okay, that is good to go. Thank you for watching, comment, subscribe, and out.